Hi, and a very, very, very warm welcome to the July issue of Catch the Coach with me, Rasheed Ogunlaru, coach, speaker, and author. Wow, what a month, what a week even. A lot has happened in a week. This issue is packed with all sorts of things. EU leadership, your leadership in your own life, events, is it time to raise your game, social media, good, bad, indifferent, how to use it to its max, break, time for a break, time to relax because we're into the holiday season. My usual tip for the month, what's in store, and my quote for the month. So let's get cracking. Okay, so the UK has voted to leave the EU. That took us all by surprise, didn't it? Here and all across the world. And everything has kind of ensued since, hasn't it? A vacuum at the top of the leadership at the Tory party, battling in the Tory party, battling in the Labour Party, you know, mass resignation. It's quite an unprecedented time and still a lot of uncertainty to come. What's the EU and the UK and all of that got to do with you? Well, you're in the driving seat of your life. Are you showing clear leadership? Are you just standing by and watching things happening? Are you using your voice, your vote in the workplace, at home, socially? Are you stepping up when you need to? Are you backing yourself? Are you on your own side? Are you taking that lead? You know, very often we abdicate responsibilities, and it's the politicians, to the priest, to this person, to that person, to our pop stars, to the magazines. You are in charge of your own life. So that's the news. Events, first of all, given that cooperation is really, really important, I just want to talk about an event that you all should know about by now, and many of you have kindly been to, Networking for Success. This isn't just an event for you if you're thinking about being your own boss, or if you're running your own business. This is an event for anybody who's really serious and passionate about moving ahead in their career, or is just wanting to make new, strong contacts. Relationships are everything. Connections are everything. They say that your net worth is only as good as your network, and it's absolutely true. Trade needs to carry on, as everybody's been saying. Connections need to carry on, and so having good contacts across the board is really, really important. Networking Success is run every month at the British Library in proud partnership with the British Library's Business and IP Centre. And just so you have the next dates in front of you, but you can just click below this video to book on 14th of July and 17th of August, 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. So it's ideal for those of you who've usually got busy working lives during the summer. It's a good time to come along and meet new connections, and you'll learn how to network strategically, authentically, nerve-free and skillfully and authentically. So I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Okay. It's also been a time of a lot of sport. If you haven't noticed, there's been the European Championships, the Wimbledon Championships are still taking place, and we're not far away from the Olympics. And is it time for you to raise your game? Is it time for you to raise your game? We've been talking about politicians raising their game. We've been talking about the England team who were knocked out by the Icelandic team. That took a lot of people by surprise too. Is it time for you to raise your game? And it might be in a lot of different ways that it might be time for you to raise your game. Is it time for you to raise your game, your mindset, your consciousness? Is it about your skill set? Maybe there's new talents and skills that you need for that next job or for that next stage that you are in your business. Or just better interpersonal skills you need for your relationships. So I just want you to think about that. 3 tips on this thing about raising your game. 1, play to your strengths. Do you know what your gifts and your talents are? I've been writing a series of articles on mastering your craft for Rapport magazine. Do you know what your gifts and your talents are? Play to your strengths is number 1. Use them, utilize them. Number 2 is build a team. We've been talking about that with networking and so on. Maybe it is that you need a mentor. Maybe it is that you just need some more friends and connections. Maybe it is that you need other professional people you can hang around with, or on that level that you are now. And thirdly, just take things step by step, and being very, very present, and being very conscious, and being very conscientious with everything that is that you do, so that you're able to do it to the best of your ability. Next up, social media. What do you think about it? Like it, hate it? Do you enjoy it? Do you waste most of your time on it? Do you hate that when people are constantly in meetings and they're on it all of the time? My tips on social media is to use it strategically, mindfully, and ethically and wisely. I mean, I would say that use it as a support rather than a distraction. You know, it can be very, very useful to be on Twitter to stay up to date with news or news of contacts, or things about events and things that could be useful for you, things that could be nourishing for you, information to help you. You know, with things like Facebook and all of these things, they're fine, and they can be fine for fun and for sharing and connecting. Do use it for that, to connect to those friends and those family, but don't get overly caught up in it and lost in it, whereby time that could be useful for your own development is robbed. But also I'd say bear in mind that there's, as well as all of the fluffy stuff in social media, there's lots of really of stuff that could be really useful. All sorts of self-development tools on things like YouTube, for example. Videos on pretty much everything. The last Olympic champion, interestingly, in the javelin, from Kenya. Kenya has no background in javelin really, began to learn the javelin by watching YouTube videos. So how is it that you could be using your social media kind of effectively? Those of you who are on social media, you will find my YouTube channel if you want to link to me there. I'd say one thing for lots of you who are professionals: are you using LinkedIn? LinkedIn can be a very powerful way to stay in touch with contacts, clients, and many recruiters are looking for it too. And many people find jobs on there, so I'd highly recommend LinkedIn. If you know me already, then you might want to link to me on LinkedIn. Those of you who are really trendy and so on, you'll find me on Instagram too, as well as my official Facebook page, and there's a Soul Trader Facebook page too. But overall, use it ethically, mindfully, strategically, and be mindful about the time that you use on social media. Right, moving on. Time for a break, time for a holiday. We're into the holiday season. And maybe like many people I've been working with and clients, maybe you feel, actually, you know what, it's been a taxing year. We're more than halfway through now. So it's time for you to take out time for you, for things that you love to do, for loved ones too. Maybe those hobbies and passions, the things that you've forgotten about. Whether it is that you're wanting a staycation so that you can relax, tend the garden, clear out the files, clear out the garage, whatever it is, or whether it is that you're wanting a vacation holiday so you can get away, recharge, and get a new perspective. Then do enjoy that time. Really do enjoy that time, and that time, maybe that's that time to switch all that social media that we're talking about off. But I just want to say that leads us nicely into our tip for the month. My tip for the month is putting in the you time, not the EU time, the you time first. So my tip is to put in any time for you, for family, social time, playtime in your diary. Put that diary in first, because if you don't put in the time for you first, it's not going to happen. I was running a workshop just yesterday for people in their career, and this lady said, you know, and she drew a picture of what she used to love doing. She said, I used to love going out dancing. And I said, well, could you not dance now? She said, I'm so busy with the kids and so on. I said to her, my challenge for you is to put in time in your diary, even if it's for a month hence or whatever, with friends and so on, to go out dancing. So put my tip for the month, putting that time for you and things that you love to you, time out, family time, loved one time in the diary first. We're heading now toward the end of this newsletter, but a couple more items. Another event, Soul Trader, Your Life, Your Business, my quarterly now event at the British Library, proud partnership again with the British Library, based on my book Soul Trader, returns in September, Friday the 23rd of September. It's for you if you're thinking about starting out or growing your own business. It's great for motivation, for perspiration, taking action, and just building your business from the heart. It's about how is that you can save money and build your business really, really effectively and authentically through clarity, through understanding your customers, through the courage of being yourself, through cooperation and being creative so that you can cut the emotional and financial cost and just the headaches of running your own business. So 10 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday the 23rd of September. Just click below here the video for all of those events, be it the Networking for Success or the Soul Trader event. And a special offer. Those of you I've coached before or coaching currently, if you'd like to come to that Soul Trader workshop as my guest, drop me a line and we'll find you a guest place. And I want to thank everyone who's ever comes along to these events and so on. We're heading toward the end. A couple of things here. This newsletter, let me know, what would you like in it? Do you like it in this video format, or do you think, no, just can you return to the written version? Email me, let me know, drop me a line, and let me know what you think. But I really kind of wanted to connect with you in this kind of personal way for this newsletter. What's in store? I often talk about what's in store. You might know that there's many products. It's not just the coaching services. There's things like the gift of inner success, the zest for business, soul trade that you've heard about. But this year is the 10th anniversary of Become Who You Are, my breakthrough CD. And it talks about everything from finding yourself, innate happiness and so on. It's a semi-meditative talk for peace, inner peace and fulfillment. Highly recommend it. I think it's only $6.99 on rosaro.com/shop. Lots of goodies there that are really, really good for you if you're wanting nourishing content for you or for loved ones, or if you can't afford coaching, or if now isn't the time for coaching. Or like me back in the day, I quite like doing that personal development stuff myself. So I produce tools for those people who want other ways of interacting, or who are ready to take the lead themselves in their own lives. And there's a Become Who You Are Coach Yourself video too that you'll find on there. Right. We're nearly there. What else have I got to share with you? Just a big thank you really to all my clients. And I realized, I stopped the other day and I realized I now have clients on 5 continents. Europe, USA, Australia, Africa and Asia. I'm meeting just some amazing people. And isn't it amazing? We talk about social media, things like Skype, things like the power of Skype. I can work with people from all over the world. And I was really touched the other day when somebody from the USA had dropped me a line. I said, well, you've got many, many coaches there, but there's something about that, what I did, that really chimed with them. So I want to just say thank you to all of those people all over the world who I coach. It's been a pleasure working with you. And actually I feel as though this video is also quite nice so that we can kind of connect in this way too. So thank you very much. Finally, my quote for the month: in any day, in any given event, believe and back yourself 100%. In any day, in any given event, believe and back yourself 100%. And you know, we've been talking about leadership. We've been talking about all the uncertainty in the UK, also true in the US too. The world is full of change. And during those times of change, be it personally, romantically, be it socially, be it vocationally, believing in yourself, backing yourself is really key. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember that there's all those ways of staying in touch. See you next month. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy your holidays, booking that time for you. See you soon. Bye-bye.